Hello, hello, and hello to all of my Libras. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Libras. Let's go. Let's see what your cards have to say, Libras. Let's see what your cards have to say as we move towards this full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by the growth and opportunity planet Jupiter. Some people call it the planet of good luck and good fortune. But this is where you want to dream bigger. You want to aim high and shoot for the stars like the archer, right? And so you want to decide what you want to grow. You get opportunities. You wake up every day as an opportunity to grow something. You want to grow your money. What do you want to grow? So that's what this reading is for. Looks like somebody's money is growing. Very nice. Very nice. All right, Libra. So here we have the Six of Pentacles. We also have the Four of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We also have the Two of Pentacles. We also have the Three of Pentacles and also the Five of Cups. So there's a real choice. Somebody's making a decision. Do you want to grow your worry, being what is it called, a worrisome person, or a worry wart? Do you want to grow that by continuing to replay the past over and over and over again? Some kind of manipulative energy or energies draining you. Do you want to grow that, or do you want to grow your money? Because it looks like somebody's in a perfect position or perfect job for them. And so source is saying, put a manhole cover over the past. See this hole right here? Every time you think about the past and how draining it was, so it's like put a manhole cover over the past, and now it's time for you to say, hey, future, here I come, right? And so that's where like something from your past is calling you, like dragging you down, asking for some kind of help. Something about their energy is crying out for help. And so source is like, they got to cry out to God. You're not their savior to save them or to help them with something that they're going through mentally or physically. Source is like, you've been brought into the light, Libra. It doesn't matter if it's family members, relatives, friends, whomever. Now that you're in the light and you see that people are still stumbling around into the darkness, just like you had to find the light within, they're gonna have to find the light within. So somebody's definitely in a perfect job or position for themselves. And so source is saying, do you want to grow your money, or do you want to grow your worrying about something, right? Somebody may not think it's just that cut and dry, but remember, we are not each other's saviors. You tried to help some people when you were crying out yourself that they can do the same thing to cry out to source, Most High God. They can cry out, ask God, help me, help me. But instead they ran to and from. And see, when people are stumbling around into the darkness, sometimes they run into people who are not trying to help them. They just like gossip, right? And so they running against all of that, but it is sinking lower and lower and lower until they cry out to God. God, help me with this, right? So that I'm not hurting other people. I'm not stumbling around in the darkness, and I'm not manipulating people to jump on a bandwagon with something. So source is saying you're going to have to learn how, it's like you had to learn how to sustain yourself. Here we have, see these two water containers? You learn how to nurture yourself, because somebody was from your past people, and they could be in your life right now, but I'm just saying they're going to be a part of the past where you put that manhole cover over it. They were sucking the life out of somebody. So source is saying, this is you one day, the next day this is you. One day you were sitting around lamenting over it like, gosh, I wish people would stop being so low vibrational. The next day you get up, you know what? I'm in my light. I got a lot of water. I got a lot of creativity, a lot of things around me to be happy about. I have peace. I have a healthy state of mind. I got to leave all of that low vibration energy behind. All of that manipulative energy, all the games, the codependent relationship. I got to leave all of that mess behind. And so that's how somebody's going to balance it out. So decide what you want to grow. Decide what you want to grow. Yep. You got the Five of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Hierophant card. Like somebody is just stubborn. Somebody just will not, and I'm not talking about you, Libra. It's some energies from your past. They're stubborn. They're battling their own demons, and those demons are going to consume them because they will not come out of that mindset. Whatever demons they're battling, they're stumbling around in the darkness and thinking that somebody else who is on that same frequency is going to help them, but there's really no honor amongst dark energies, people who choose the darkness. Remember, this flesh, God gave us free will. And so while you may have compassion for those energies, you're wise enough to say, I have a lot of blessings around me that I can be grateful and happy for. There's no way I'm getting sucked back into something emotionally, physically. I'm not talking about it. I'm not allowing myself to be connected to it in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And so somebody's demons are just going to have to consume them. They are. That's the only way they're going to cry out to source and not cry out to you. They can talk about you. See, people, when looking at the cards here, is like your money is growing. Somebody's going to get an increase or something on their job, whether you work for yourself or you work for somebody else, or you've been thinking about starting your business. But you got to get away from some manipulative energies. Yep, Hierophant card came out twice. The Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Strength card, the Ace of Wands, and also the King of Wands. Yep. Hierophant card came out twice. So source is saying to you, there's some energies that there could be an Aquarius involved, there could be Taurus involved. Aquarius and Taurus are both fixed energies, right? And so you all are mutable signs, and so they could have that in their birth chart, or you could have that in your chart. You could have fixed energy in your chart. This is feminine energy and this is masculine energy. So source is saying to you, is there something in you that you need to break out of? Like, were you around extremely manipulative people, and however, because this right here, all of this water is developed between the ages of 8 and 14, 8 years old and 14 years old. Were you around codependent relationships? Were you around, did something happen where you moved schools a lot? Did did somebody, a key figure in your family, die when you were between those ages? Like something threw somebody's hormones out of alignment. Talking to men and women, source wants you to flush out, like use this water, like being around bodies of water, drinking more water, going near a body of water, like on a regular basis, to make sure just like you would wake up and you would take a bath or a shower. Source is saying, make sure you make water a daily part of your routine. Go to bed, when you're going to bed, listening to some kind of water sounds, or letting it play throughout the house when you're awake during the day, because you want that creativity flowing. Because source is saying somebody is in line for the perfect job for them, where more money is coming across your path. But also, see this right here? This right here is those two, like learning how to balance out your daily balance your money. So source is trying to say somebody needs to start a business or something, but a perfect job or opportunity is coming up for somebody. And the way that people see you, people hold you in very high regard. People see you as an asset to their organizations and not a liability. They see you as a very compassionate and very wise energy, but somebody is battling some kind of demons, and that they have not learned how to put under submission. And so source is saying, stay away from any energies. This is a Knight of Wands. Stay away from any bullying energies, any people who are not inspiring or motivating you, or you're unclear about where they stand in your life. That's how you're going to start making room for the wealth that I'm seeing here in your card. So you got to make room. Is there anybody in your life where you feel like, whether it's blood relatives or soul family or friendships or love relationships, is something in somebody that the energy, the toxicity from your past is causing somebody like to sit around and overthink. So it's like clouding somebody's judgment. And it's somebody, for some energies from your past, that's manipulating your energy. They're pulling on your energy, so you're not totally coherent. Like somebody can't see certain things. And so that will put you in a complete state of frustration. So here we have the King of Wands, and so you're the king of ideas, but somebody has to stop lamenting over something. Five of Cups came out twice. It's two energies in particular. Like I said, you have an innate spiritual understanding of two energies in particular, where source is saying to you. And then also we got a lot of fixed energy up here. We had Leo up here, we had Taurus up here, we got Aquarius up here. Like, so you could have all of these in your birth chart. Find out where these placements are in your birth chart, if you have these in your birth chart, and find out. This is where you're doing the research on yourself, because you're seeing also through your rising sign how the rising sign, or rising/ascendant sign, is the impression that people get, like that thing, that energy that rises to the top. When you do job interviews, when you first meet people on dates, when you're talking to them on the phone, that's what rises to the top. It takes a while for people to get to know your sun sign and get to know your moon sign and the other placements in your chart. Your ascendant is what rises to the top. So see what kind of impression you're making on people, because this is a lot of fixed energy in your major arcana. And so source is saying to you, you're a cardinal sign. It can go one way or the other. Either you can be adaptable in some situations but fixated on others. And so source is saying to you, you don't have to lament over things from your past that you needed to leave behind, because somebody is definitely fixated on something from your past. And it started between the ages of 8 and 14 years old. And so source is saying, use your third eye, put some fire up under yourself, use your third eye. You're great. Libras, air signs are extremely smart. That's you, Aquarius, and Gemini. Extremely smart signs. You're very, because it's connected to the sword energy, is connected to the element of air, but it's also connected to your heart chakra. It's also connected to thinking. And so we know that your heart has a mind, of its own. And so source is saying to you, Libra, okay, now, you can create whatever you want. You're highly creative here. You're very compassionate. You are very wise. People hold you in high regard. They see you as an asset to their lives. And so source is saying somebody has, let's see what else we got going on here before we go, because I don't see any air. Well, the air would be here, so somebody is saying, source is saying to you, you can take care of yourself. Like source is saying, you can take care of yourself. You can water your own. You can pull from your own well. So when we're talking about water, we're talking about joy. We're talking about creativity. We're talking about sexuality. We're talking about fertility. Source is saying you can plant your own seeds for harvest time. You don't necessarily need for other people to plant the seeds for you. They can help you, help guide you, but you don't need. You don't necessarily need for somebody to tell you. What I'm seeing here in the cards. So congratulations in advance for somebody coming across the perfect job for them, because now somebody's saying, you know what, I got a fire up under me and I'm getting ready to go for it, right? Or applying for a job in a company that you work for and it's a perfect position for you. Somebody is kind of fixated on something, like I said, it's like somebody has been, it looks like it could also be some kind of codependency. So if you were raised in a family where there was a lot of codependency in your family, that could also play some role in why you feel like you need people to pour water or pour joy or emotion into you while you don't feel like you can do it yourself. So get real clear about how people view you, Libra. People really see you as an asset, to their lives and not a liability. Here we have the Two of Pentacles, the Death card, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and also the Four of Swords. So here's the air right here, your minor arcana. Source says get some rest. Get some rest and hit a reset button. Get some rest. Here's the Death card. Death card is attached to Scorpio, so we got all this fixed energy. This is Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. All of those are fixed signs and different elements: fire, earth, air, and water. All of this, like somebody is fixated, like the main areas of their birth chart. Somebody's just fixated on something. And so sources like here we got the King of Wands. Again, King of Wands again, somebody is not only highly creative but has amazing ideas you can come up with. And then also sources saying remain happy, charismatic, and free, because now that you're on the other side of this long and arduous and draining journey, somebody has been on somebody, it could have been recent that you felt like something burned you and now I'm exhausted and I'm drained. Okay, what did I learn coming out of a situation, right? Out of a romantic relationship, out of a job, what in your personal or your professional life, what did I learn about myself? And so again, part of it is learning how to adapt to new situations and not be fixated. All of this is fixed energy. This is literally all of the fixed signs right here in somebody's major arcana. So here we have the Two of Pentacles, and it came out twice. So source is further reiterating somebody needs to start a business. So source is giving somebody an opportunity. If you already have a job and there's an opening for another position on your job, God is still saying you're going to keep repeating cycles until the verbiage or something changes within you where you're starting to speak life into some kind of a business, because it was over. Somebody has a very entrepreneurial spirit. That's why you see so much creativity and so much fire in your cards. It's like, did you come from parents who, like I said, or did you see entrepreneurs in your family? Something is like God is saying, I'm putting a fire up under you, so get your rest and kind of sit down and think about it. Get outside, specifically, because this is fire right here, which represents the sun. This is water right here. Get near a body of water, and then we have the earth here, right? So you can get your heart chakra back in alignment, because somebody is just like all talked out, all thinking out of it. Like somebody's like, okay, something knocked the wind out. That's what I'm saying. Like something knocked the wind out of somebody. That's why you only see one air card down here in this space right here. So now it's time to get your air back. That's what Source is trying to tell somebody. Say, now it's time to get your air back. It's time to get your air back, Libras. So, all right. So let's see what else we got going on here. Let's get ready to close it out. It's time to release negativity. That is. It's time to release some kind of negativity. This is Scorpio's card right here. So this is a rebirth. Somebody has to learn how to. See, the person has it like they are supplying their own creativity. They're supplying their own air. They're outside, under the sunlight. What's it, under the stars? But they're under, and we know that the sun is a star. Like somebody is a bright light in their own space. So somebody just came out of a long and arduous journey, or you're coming through a long and arduous journey. And Source is like, what lessons did you learn about yourself? What are you fixated on? Like what is it? Like somebody's like, what is it? Like what? But it's replaying something over and over and over again, instead of getting up and putting a manhole cover over something and saying, okay, it's time for me to move on from something. It's time for me to move on. What lessons did I learn? Are there people around you that can give you some feedback? Is there people that you're connected to that can give you some feedback? Sometimes you're getting feedback before a relationship ends. A person could tell you, I've been telling you the same thing for 10 years and you haven't been listening to me, and you just kind of stubborn, and you don't want to change, and that kind of thing. That's they telling you right then and there. Maybe the delivery isn't the way what you want to hear, but that's what they're telling you. It's like, okay, you fixated on something, right? May not come across the way you want to hear it, but is it something I can grow from? Is this an opportunity for me to grow something? 16, make an altar. 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 is, you hear people say it's the God number, but it really is. It symbolizes lightning instincts and lightning information coming to you from God. Is there a loved one that you may have dreams about or been thinking about who may have transitioned, that you feel like, okay, I really want to connect with them again? So sources like create an altar to them. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Tell them, hey, I invite you into my dreams. Help me with something, because I don't know why I'm so fixated on certain things that I just can't move past it. It's blocking opportunities for me. It's blocking money. And so, or it's, or it's slowing up my money. It's slowing up ideas. And I feel burned out. That's why you got the majority of cards here are fire. I'm burned out. And so Source said, tap into that strength. We get you some sleep. That's probably one of the most overlooked rituals is rest. 29. 29, 2 and 9 is 11. 11, whenever you see the number 11, and I mentioned this in previous readings, the number 11 symbolizes light, L-I-G-H-T. Source wants you to get off the fence, step into your own purpose, so you can see everything. In your purpose, there's healing, there is energy, there's motivation in your purpose, there's more money in your purpose. If that's what you desire, it's something about. So it's saying, Source is saying, you are highly intuitive and creative, Libra. Your mind thinks in pictures, and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. Yep. Source is trying to bring somebody into a totally different type of a lifestyle. But let's see what this card says, and let's go ahead and close it out. Let's see what this card says, and let's get ready to close it out. Strength. There's that strength card again. Like I said, there's so much fire here, and this is attached to Leo. Somebody could also have Leo in their card. But it's like, this strength card is also Leo's card, and it's also the eighth card in tarot. So source is saying to you, you have a you have a goods, product, or service that's going to make you an infinite amount of wealth. But somebody has been too afraid of really putting that energy behind it, or making up some kind of excuses, or something that somebody has been letting other stuff cloud somebody's judgment, like past stuff keep pulling you down into a universe, pulling you down into a black hole, keeping you distracted. So here we have, say these affirmations: all obstacles in my path are being cleared. I am stronger than yesterday. I am brave. I am courageous. I learn from my mistakes. Failure is a farce. All effort is testing. I rise above all that stands in my way. Improvement is my only concern. Somebody is replaying something because somebody is not going to. So sometimes it really helps, Libra, to just go directly to God. Okay, I feel like there's a blockage, just like with your body. Everything on the outside of us is a reflection of what's inside. We have a whole world inside of us, our own universe, right? And so when you feel like there's a blockage anywhere, blockage in love, blockage in money, blockage in whatever, creative ideas, what would you normally do? Drink water, right? So you would go near bodies of water, take your spiritual baths, spiritual showers, drink more water, do your juice fast, hip opening yoga poses, hip opening exercises, because right there in that pelvic bowl is where that water is. That's where you're giving birth to something. That's where the fertility is. So I want to give birth to something. I want to grow my business. I want to grow my abundance and prosperity. So I need to be near water, right? So I can flush out all those toxins. Let me speed up the process. All right. Well, I'm gonna start listening to chakra cleansing music every single night. I'm gonna let it play when I get in the car. It's not hypnosis music. You're trying to flush out any blockages in your system so that the free flow of creative ideas can come through. You can start seeing your money change, all of those things, Libra. So that's what I have for you. I will see you on Sunday. Bye.